Are you ready to ease into section 3? Hi everyone, Cristin here, and we are continuing with our Enchanted Winter Quilt with our sponsor Daylily Fabric Shop. So we finished section 2 yesterday, and oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. So we have all of section 1 and section 2 together now, and as you know, we did a special little treat on filler block 3, and then I showed you how to do a special little add-on if you chose for filler block 5. So I'm enjoying seeing what everyone's posting. Everyone's doing such a great job, and we have just jammed along. So I think we've been doing this for 23 days, and we have 13 videos completed and 17 blocks completed. Like, that's crazy. We're doing amazing, absolutely amazing. So just a quick reminder, I am going to be on vacation November 23rd through the 29th, I think it is. My kids and my grandkids are all coming to town for Thanksgiving, and so I am not going to be working during that time at all. So if you're falling behind at all, don't stress about it. You have plenty of time to catch up during those days that I'm gone, and then also I'll be out for a week during Christmas too. So section 1 and section 2, and then we also have the corner block for section 3 already completed. So I think that there were, I don't remember, like 11 blocks or something for section 3, and I figured out that we'll have 6 videos if I recall. So figured that out a little while ago, so I don't remember off the top of my head, but pretty doable. So today I'm thinking we just ease into section 3. We worked so hard on section 2, so we'll just ease into section 3. And 2 easy blocks is what I'm thinking. And as always, you can do them separately if you choose. I'm going to do them in one hooping because it's very doable. So totally up to you. So let's talk about what we need for today. So we're going to work on, the first one is Pine Tree 1 for section 3. So grab your packet for Pine Tree 1, so you can see that it's like almost nothing in it. So that's why I thought, oh, you know what, we can do 2 for sure. So let's talk about what we need for Pine Tree 1 in section 3. So our main fabric is a silky solid, that aqua looking color, silky solid, no design to it. All right, and make sure to back this with fusible stabilizer. We are going to embroider on it and quilt it, the whole thing. So we're going to start with this at 6.5 by 6.5. All right, your main fabric 6.5 by 6.5, backed with fusible stabilizer. All right, and then we are going to have one applique piece, and it is that glitter vinyl. So the glitter vinyl is so pretty, and somebody did, what was it, the snowman. I think they did the snowman with the whole body being in glitter vinyl, and that's fun. You can absolutely do that, make whatever changes that you want to. When you use glitter vinyl, don't forget to take off that topping, super important, and we will iron it in place for a few seconds with a pressing cloth, and I'll go over that when we get there. So our glitter vinyl, this was in your embellishment kit, and if you didn't purchase the embellishment kit, you could use some white fabric, right? Whatever works for you. So this is going to be 4 by 4. We're going to start with our applique glitter at 4 by 4. All right, and like I said, it's in the embellishment kit. And then we are going to quilt this. So we need batting. Sorry, I almost forgot the batting. So the batting is going to be 5 by 5. 5 by 5 for your batting. That means we want a quilting design that is 4 by 4. So have you started figuring that out yet? It works that way. So the batting is always an inch larger than the quilting design, or a ½ inch larger than the final cut size, which however you want to look at it. All right, so on this one we are going to quilt this with tree 4, so we just used that for our filler block 3. So this one is going to be tree 4 in a 4 by 4 design and in horizontal. This one comes in horizontal and vertical. We want the horizontal design, quilting 4 by 4 horizontal in tree 4. All right, So that's so easy, right? Like that's almost nothing for this block. So I figured, hey, let's just do another one. Why not, right? We're just jamming along anyway. In fact, our sponsor reached out to me yesterday and she goes, you're just jamming along. Do you have everything you need? Let me know if you need extra stabilizers or any extra fabrics or anything. So they're doing so great. Daylily Fabric Shop, they're just amazing at being our sponsor and taking care of our people. There was somebody had something missing out of an embellishment kit and she was just on it. Like they're so good. I really appreciate them. All right, so the next one we're going to work on is Floral Heart. So grab your packet for Floral Heart. It's on page 25 for section 3, Floral Heart, and you can see there's like almost nothing in this one too. So 2 very simple blocks, perfect to just add them in together. All right, so like I said, this one's on page 25. Just turn over from Pine Tree 1. They're pretty much together anyway, so that's perfect. All right, so we're going to start with this. Our main fabric is the lavender. I love this one. This is so pretty. I almost wore lavender today. I'll have to remember that for tomorrow. Anyway, the lavender with little flowers on it. And this one, we're going to start with that 6.5 by 6.5. All right, your main fabric for the Floral Heart, 6.5 by 6.5. Make sure to back it with fusible stabilizer so you don't get any puckering. All right, 6.5 by 6.5. And then we have one simple applique piece, and that is the Marlin Blue Silky Solid. No design to it, nothing on it, just silky solid and backed with fusible stabilizer. This one is going to be 4 by 4.5. All right, 4 by 4.5. And then we have our quilting, which means we need batting. So our batting is going to be 5 by 5. Again, that means we'll need a quilting design that's 4 by 4. So 5 by 5 for your batting. And then for our quilting today, what are we using? Oh, that pretty one. So Geometric 13. Geometric 13 in a 4 by 4 horizontal design. So this is another one that comes in horizontal or vertical. So we're going to use the horizontal 4 by 4 Geometric 13. And that's it. Like super easy. I am going to bring you over to the computer because I'm going to join them together in one hooping. You can do them separately or you can join them together, whatever works for you. You guys have been jamming at Embrilliance Essentials though. Oh my gosh, seeing all the things that you're learning in Embrilliance Essentials, I feel like such a proud teacher. I'm loving it. It's so fun to see. So you guys are doing great. If you haven't purchased Embrilliance Essentials yet and you want to jump in, here's a link. This is my affiliate link. Click on that and then choose Embrilliance Essentials. All right. Essentials is the one I'm teaching. It's so easy to use and I literally walk you step by step through it. So there's not going to be any questions or confusion. And in fact, it's funny because now that I've been showing how to do it, there's all these people that are like, look at what I did. And they're like taking it a step further. And oh my gosh, it's so exciting to see. So like I said, I'm going to bring you over the computer. I'm going to show you how to join those two blocks together on one hooping if you choose. So let's go ahead and get over there. Hey everyone, I'm at my computer now and I'm just going to quickly show you how to join these 2 blocks together. I'm going to open up Embrilliance Essentials right there. And it's opening to my 9 by 9 hoop and I have 2 blocks that are 4 by 4. So I can probably do this. Let's see. I should be able to do this in my 6 by 10. I'm going to give that a try. All right, so go up to this preferences folder, click on that, choose your 6 by 10. I'm going to try it. We'll see if that works. 6 by 10, click OK, and then come up to this compass button and click H for hoop. All right, and then we're going to start by bringing in the quilting design, the first one for the pine tree. That was the tree 4. So I'm going to open up a folder and, oops, not that. I want my Enchanted. There we go. So the quilting designs, that's the final folder right there. Enchanted Winter, Tree 4, embroidery files, block by block. Pez is what I use for my machine, and I want a 4 by 4 horizontal. So down here, right there, click on that and drag it over to your workspace, and that one is ready. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move it. So sometimes I have, you can do it too a few ways. I think I'll do it the easy way actually. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this here and I'm going to bring in the embroidery design and then we don't have to do the align and distribute. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. That's nice and easy. We'll have to make the changes to the colors and do all of that, but I'm going to start by bringing in the tree design. So let's see, get out of the quilting bundle, go to the final folder, embroidery files, Paz, and we're looking for Pine Tree 1. Should be right up here. There it is, Pine Tree 1. I'm surprised it's a 5x7. I would have thought it's a 4x4. Let's see, 4x4. Oh, that's the quilting. Let's see, Pine Tree 1 in 5x7. All right, so grab that, drag it over. And now notice it has this stitch here that we are not going to stitch. It's for placement purposes. So we're not going to worry about that. I'll put in the tutorial when we get there that we're not going to stitch that. The other thing is, notice that the tree trunk is pretty far down in the seam allowance, and that's how our other pine tree was as well. And so we want to make sure to do that, and we don't need to worry about it because it goes centered. That's why they have that placement there, so that we don't have to worry about lining it up. So we just want them both centered in the hoop. All right, so that one's great. I'm going to go ahead and group these. I'm going to go to utility, and I think it's edit group. There we go. So I'm going to group those since they're already centered, and then I'm just going to click on it. Let's see if it, no, it did not. Ooh, you know why? Is I didn't highlight it and tell you which things to group. My mistake. So I moved this out of place. So I'm going to click this undo button, and then we have to tell it which things we want to group. I'm going to click from the bottom and drag up. So I've got 1 and 2 selected, and now I'm going to go to edit group. All right, and now I should be able to just move it. Helps if we click. There we go. All right, so I'm just moving it up out of the way. We could even move it all the way out of the way so that we can see the next one. I'm going to do that, so just to show you how. All right, so it's out of the way just for now. It'll obviously be a problem, and it'll turn red when we tried to save it and stuff. But for now, I'm going to bring in the next one. So the next one is Geometric 13. So I'm going to go back to my folder here and go back to my Enchanted Winter files, go to the quilting bundle, and we want Geometric 13 embroidery files, Pez, and it was a 4x4 horizontal. 4x4 Geometric 13. There's vertical, there's horizontal. So click on that, drag it over. Great. See, there's that red. I was telling you it would turn red because it's like, hey, you're not within the hoop. All right, and then while I'm here, I'm going to click back to my files here, and I am going to find that floral heart. So final folder, embroidery files, Pez, and a floral heart, 4x4 floral heart. All right, click on that, drag it over. It goes to the center so that everything's nice and lined up perfectly. And then I'm going to click down from the bottom and drag up so that I've got steps 3 and 4. That's the Geometric 13 and the floral heart. And I'm going to group them so that I can move them around and not have to worry about it. All right, click outside, then click, and I'm going to just drag this down. All right, so I've got it down, making sure it's not over the hoop line at all. And it's not. You can do it that way, or you can use the down key on your keyboard, either way. All right, then I'm going to bring this one back in so that my machine's not mad at me anymore. All right, and that's great. So yeah, you can see there's plenty of room in a 6x10 hoop for 2 of these 4x4 blocks. So that's perfect. All right, so now we need to change those colors and make it so that the things line up the way that we want them. So I'm going to start by reordering the steps, because right now it's going to do the quilting design, then the tree design, then a quilting design, and the heart design. And I want to do the quilting all together. So I'm going to click on number 3. Notice that I closed up these folders. So you just click on that minus sign and it closes it so that you can move it around how you want it. So I'm going to click on number 3, and then I'm going to right click and I'm going to say move earlier. How easy is that? So now it's got quilting, and then the tree design and the heart design. So I want to open up number 1, and I'm going to change these colors. And I didn't think about the fact that there is an applique on the others, and we don't want those to join. So we'll have to change those too. The other way of doing it is you could make it so that you're just doing the quilting and you do a color sort and then you bring in the other 2. I've shown that before too, but this will work as well. So I'm going to click on 1-1, then down in the properties window, click on the color, and I'm going to change it to the first color that comes up for me, and that is Oriental Blue. Say okay, and then 1, 2, click on the color. I want pumpkin. And then 1, 3, click on the color, and I want the second color down because I already used Oriental Blue, so I'm going to choose Bluebird and say OK. And same thing with 1, 4, click on the color. I already used pumpkin, so I want Jubilee, say OK. And as I always say, the colors don't matter. It's just that you're choosing the colors so that they will, the ones that you want will join. All right, and then 1, 5, click on the color. I'm going to choose the first color, that's Sprout. All right, and then I'm going to open up number 2, and I'm going to use the same colors except for that last one, the quilting design. So I'm going to choose 2, 1, click on the color, and I want Oriental Blue. 2, 2, click on the color, I want pumpkin. 2, 3, click on the color, and Lily is crying, sorry. There's somebody at our house, so she wants to go investigate. So I'm on 2, 3, click on Bluebird, the second color down, and then 2, 4, click on the color, and I want Jubilee. And then 2, 5, click on the color, and I don't want Sprout because I want a stop so that I can change my thread color, and I'm going to choose Sea Mist, second color down. All right, so those are done and great. Now I need to look at this. Oyster, robin egg, linen, burnt orange. Let's see what this one is. Yeah, so we've got some of the same. So there's the robin egg. So we don't want those to join, so we need to change some of the colors, not all of them, it looks like. We've got linen and robin egg in both of them. So I'm going to change them on this one. There's less colors here. So I'm going to change robin egg. I don't see oyster in there. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that and leave the burnt orange. I'm just going to change the robin egg and the linen. So I'm going to click on 3, 2, click on the color, and I want to make sure not to use a color that I've used before in my quilting. So I'm going to choose Grotto Blue. Say okay, excuse Lily whining, sorry. 3, 3, click on the color, and I'm going to choose Cornflower and say okay. All right, so then just make sure that none of the colors are the same. Linen is on here twice. So let's see. I'm going to change one of them just in case. I'm not sure that it would join them because it's not applique, but it might, and so I don't want to chance it. So I'm going to change this color. So I'm on 4, 8, click on the color, and I'm going to choose a color I haven't used. I'm going to choose Lazy Sun. All right, so we should be all good. I'm going to check it, of course. So I'm just closing those. All right, so these are good. It's not over the hoop. Everything's changed the color. So I want to do a color sort. So utility, color sort, and then click. It says it's reduced by 4 color changes, and make sure you've got these same settings I have. Click New View so we can check it, and then everything's all in one design now. So let's see, we've got our placement stitch for the batting, our tack down stitch for the batting, placement for the main fabric, tack down for the main fabric, and then the first quilting, the second quilting, and then we jump to the tree. So we're working on the stump, and there's our applique piece for the tree and the tack down for the tree. There's that one stitch that we're not going to stitch, so you can delete this now if you choose. I'm going to leave it in to remind everyone that we're not going to stitch it. And there's our placement stitch for the fabric on the heart and the tack down stitch. And then we have the stems, leaves, whatever you call it, and whatever that is, little dots on the heart, and more dots, and then the flowers. Make sure that's not the dots. Oh good, I wanted to make sure that if the dots from the heart or from the flowers would have to be on top, so just making sure. All right, and then there's that, and then the decorative or satin stitch probably for the heart, sorry about Lily, and a detail stitch it looks like on the top. So this is great, this all worked out well. I'm going to do a file, save stitch file as, and I'm going to name this, let's see, go to my Enchanted Winter, final folder, embroidery files, Pez, and I'm in VP3 because I was doing something for someone else. So I'm going to go back to my Pez, and then I'm going to name this 9x9 hoop, so I remember what hoop size to use, and we're doing Pine Tree Floral Heart. All right, and save. All right, and it didn't change the name. I'm going to try a different way because someone else was having the same issue that I was having. So I'm going to try this and see if this will work. I'm going to do a utility Wi-Fi to brother, and then I'm going to change the name here and see if that'll work for me. So 9 by 9. Oh, it doesn't like spaces. So 9 by 9, my thing beeps when I do a space. It doesn't want a space in the Pez file name, which makes sense. Pine tree, I'm just going to say pine heart and say okay, and let's see if it'll send. It may not. It did. Look at that. So that's another way of doing it. So you can either do, if you're having trouble sending it to your machine, it needs to be a Wi-Fi ready machine, but you can either do a file save as working file or both working and what do you call it, stitch file, working and stitch file. You can do it that way, or you can save it just as the stitch file and then make sure to change the name when the name option pops up. So, and that worked for me. So try that too. So it's at my machine. If you don't have a Wi-Fi machine, you would just save it to your USB stick, bring your USB stick over to your machine and get stitching. All right, so we're ready. Easy day today. And my shirt today, I love this one. I made this last winter. It's got like a fleece lining on it, so it's warm. So if you live in Florida, this one probably wouldn't work for you, but those of you in all the other states that have a little colder winter, this is a great sweater, and it fits me better than all the other ones. So I like this one. If you like sweaters that hang down past your bum, then this isn't the one for you. This one is like a regular fit, regular cut, and it works great for my body. With I have a short torso, so the ones that hang too far past my bum, in fact I had somebody send me a message and said, oh, you should recommend this sweater, and I look at it and I'm like, so it just looks like a trash bag on me when I have one that goes too far, because I have hips, and so that makes it all just bunch up at my stomach, and I have like a small waist and big hips, and so it just doesn't look right on me. So if you're one of those that likes the sweaters that go really far, this one does not do it. This one fits me great. I love it. So the design, I think I got it from Etsy. I'll have to look, and I'll add the information in the video notes. But I added all the wording. It was just the girl with the sewing machine. I added all the wording. It says she works with her hands in the light, and then Proverbs 31:13. So I added all of that in, and it's just such a cute design and a cute sweater. I really like this one. And you know what's super cool about this sweater? I think it was like $11. Like, how crazy is that? And I saw that some of them, depending on the color that you choose, sometimes they have sales where they're $9. So they range in price, I think, from like $9 to $16, but generally about 11 to 13 is the usual. And I mean, how can you beat that, right? I think it's made by Hanes. It's great quality. And like I said, it is warmer. So for me, it's perfect in Idaho, but it depends on you, because some people don't like to be warm. I'm cold all the time, like freezing cold all the time. So this fleece lined sweater is great for me. So I'll add my Amazon storefront here. You click on that and you can see all the sweaters that I recommend. And like I said, I will add information underneath this video with the link to the design. And how are you doing with your goals? So, oh my gosh, I think I'm at like 20 miles maybe already. It's day 6 right now, and I have a 75-mile goal for hiking, running, treadmill, whatever. And I did a couple of hikes with friends that I talked about in a previous video. And then yesterday I did this run on the treadmill. I did like a 2-point-something mile hike or hike, because there was incline, with my weighted vest. And then for the next one, I did a little over 3 miles, and I ran. And it said that I really worked it hard. Like I had a high, my heart rate was super high like the whole time. So I really pushed it on that one. So I think I'm at about almost 20 miles, something right around 20 miles. Although everybody in the group is doing really good, because I'm 3rd place. So I'm not even at the top, and I've been pushing it. So I'm pretty happy with that. Everybody's doing great. So in this personal challenge that we're doing. So the other goal, the less hand holding, it's hard. It's really hard. You want to be of service and you want to help everyone, and yet you're one person. You just can't do all the things. And so like yesterday, I edited the video for 6.5 hours straight. Just the editing part of my video, it took 6.5 hours of sitting at a screen and editing, and that was just that one part. And there's also the filming and working on the actual stitching and all of that. But this editing, just 6.5 hours, and then I'm getting bombarded with messages, or I'll ask someone, like when you make a donation, to please include your email address so that I can send you the freebie, and include the format that your machine uses, so I know what format to send you, and then let me know which project you're working on. And I'll get people that will not tell me anything. So then I go through my 4 years of spreadsheets to see if they've donated in the past, and when they haven't, then I send them a message, and then they'll reply with one part, and I'm like, oh. Like I can't, it's so time consuming, all of the things. And it's hard because I'm so appreciative of everybody and all the support that the group has given. And yet it also is, it's so time consuming and so overwhelming. And so it can be hard to not do all the things all the time, and so my admin team is fantastic. We found out the other day that there were 66 or 69 posts that had been going into a spam folder that we didn't even know about. And so like people were posting their enchanted winter sweater that they made, and with their picture, and so cute and smiley, and it had been sitting in there for a week before we even knew about it. And so that was a big bummer. But so I started going through each of the posts and publishing them and doing all these things. And my admin team is like, we can take care of that for you. And I'm like, yay. So I'm super thankful. My admin team is awesome. The group itself on Facebook, the Cristin Creates group on Facebook, everybody is cheerleading and commenting on the posts. When somebody posts their blocks, they comment on it, and they also, people ask questions and they're answering. And oh my gosh, that is just heaven, because literally I can't do all things. I mean, I worked until 2:00 in the morning last night, and after doing that 6.5 hours of editing. And so, I mean, it can be a lot and can be extremely overwhelming. And so I'm so thankful when people jump in and help. It's been wonderful. I'm so very grateful. So how are you doing with your goal? Are you keeping up? Are you working your goal? Are you staying on task with your action plan? Let me know what your goal is, what your action plan is, how you're doing with it. I want to hear all about it.